All righty then, and welcome everyone to the much anticipated, not too long overdue, session 5 of our Kingmaker Adventure Path actual play, run by myself, Dare Wolf, and 5 really cool dudes whom I'm having a blast with. You guys have been a lot of fun to play with. I was saying this right before we started, and I just want to compliment you guys on a very compelling story so far. So when we last left off, our intrepid Crusaders, you all had finally exited out of the quote-unquote Underdark, the areas below Kenabres, and you had befriended some mongrel men, you had killed some mongrel men, you had killed some cultists, and it had been a harrowing fight during that last combat. It was a harrowing fight where the party nearly died. However, through grit, luck, glory, and perhaps blessings of the goddess, god, and otherwise divine beings above you, you had seen through the fight. So we find ourselves back out on the surface. The city that you once knew of Kenabres is now a battlefield, a desolate place. There are these huge rifts that look like giant claws struck down from some great beast in the sky. You can hear every few minutes or so screams of people being attacked or killed or sacrificed, the massive numbers of Wilhelm screams that you hear, and there is a general sense of dreading and foreboding inside of the city as well. You managed to find a small, partially destroyed building that gave you some respite, and you spent the night there. Day, it's hard to tell, as the sky, similar to my background, are sort of filled with this coursing fire that you see. And as you look up, you will see these winged creatures flying around that are likely demons. Every so often you'll see one swoop down, come back up carrying an individual. We're going to open this scene with you all awaking in the morning and taking some time to discuss your next steps. Anivia is in a relatively good position. During the night, she managed to sort of rebind her leg, and she's got a little bit more mobility. Horgus has been, despite his usual self, very quiet, and Aaron Voshnal has taken to meditating and sort of humming to himself different verses from the Book of Nethys. I'm going to leave the scene to you all to discuss what your next steps are and how you'd like to proceed.
Well, I think my good buddy Horgus wants to go home, and I'd like to see him home.
It'll be a dangerous trek. We need to deliver him. We need to deliver everyone to safety and see how many more we can find along the way.
Yeah, at least keeping these guys safe. And I mean, there's a lot of them, so I guess adding more wouldn't hurt.
If we can take Aravashnal back to his rooms, and perhaps he may provide me with more magical support that I would offer the rest of you.
I like that.
I like that idea.
Well, since none of us are from here and we don't know where we are or where we're going, maybe we should ask some locals which one of our destinations is closest. Because we've got 3 potential destinations, right? We've got the stronghold that they talked about, Defender's Heart.
Mm-hmm. Defender's Heart.
We've got Horgus's place, and we've got the 3 places that are associated with the cult people.
Mm-hmm.
Since we don't know generally how far each one of those is from here, let's employ some of the local help to help us decide which one is closest and help us make our decisions that way, maybe?
Anivia,
well, of the 3 we know.
Forgive me. Anivia through gritted teeth. Anyway. Perfect. Forgive me for interrupting. Anivia through gritted teeth says, "We find ourselves on the south side of the city. If I'm not mistaken, Horgus, your home was not too far from mine. The outer cloister, in between the inner wall and closer to the inner wall and outer wall." "Well, yes, that is precisely where it is, and my guards and my staff will be expecting me. They've likely held down the fort, as it were, and it will be, Yes, I'd like to be taken there. It's not too far from here, but all these demons and screaming and the cultists. Enough, Horgus. If it's not too much to ask, I would also request that you all, when we stop by my wife and mine's home, I do not know if she survived the attack, but if she did, she may be there waiting for me. It is simply a request, not a demand.
I think
No,
we should get you
absolutely,
home.
we should see you home. And if she is there, we're going to need more strong people, and we're going to need people of authority who know the city if we're going to investigate these cultists.
Because she was a sheriff of some kind, wasn't she? I mean,
She was one of
if
the higher-ups in the guard. Yes, she's a paladin of Iomedae and one of the higher-ups in the guard.
so,
Yes.
she should know perhaps what's going on outside of our purview, right? Because she'll have people reporting to her. She'll be a very important hub.
Mhm.
So I think it's got multiple positive outcomes if we pursue on that path.
Definitely. Definitely.
Aaron Vashnell speaks up at this point. Companions, if one of you would be so kind as to open up my pack. And he has this little pouch thing on his side, and he opens it up. There should be a map of the city in there. As fate would have it, I had it with me at the time of this catastrophe.
I'll go over and grab the map.
As you roll it out, you see an image of Kenabres. It's missing the giant claw marks and the holes in the city, of course. However, this map, he asks, where precisely in Evia do we find ourselves? She points to the location on the map, gives him a brief description. Then your home would not be too far from here, would it? No, that is correct, Aaron Vashnell. I believe we can make our way up northward to, or at least close to the inner cloister. There we may be able to find there's this giant rift to our north. I think we should skirt the edge of the rift. It's less likely we'll run into, well, monsters along that rift. I don't believe anything's coming out of them. We were just below, and, well, I didn't see any demons down there. Did any of you?
No. Thank goodness.
Thankfully.
And I suggest we make our way north and head east as soon as we can. If we hit the outer wall, we'll continue northward there and likely end up at Horgus's establishment or mansion. It's a mansion. Thank you.
Before we get rolling, I recall in the note that we found something about a ward stone, and I apologize, that's a phrase that I'm not familiar with. What exactly is a ward stone, and what would the followers of Baphomet be interested in it for?
Oh, the ward stones. Ah, well, let me tell you. You see, the ward stones are what the ancients have built in order to keep the forces of hell at bay. They were the blessing that surrounded the city, and made sure that the forces of hell were unable to pierce the city's heart. So, given the fact that the forces of hell have indeed pierced the city's heart, I would say it seems likely that they have corrupted or otherwise disabled the ward stones in some way.
Well, I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. Anivia, would you be so kind as to point that out on the map relative to where we are, just so corrupting a ward stone seems like a big deal, so we might want to skirt around from that for right now?
He thinks, well, the wardstone was located, there are several, along the border between Mendev and the World Wound itself. The wardstone in question was, well, in the Cathedral of St. Cladwell, which I can't be exactly certain, but I believe it may have been utterly destroyed during the invasion initial assault. The only way the demons could make their way into Mendev is if the wardstones had been disrupted.
Corrupted.
Correct.
Fantastic. Are there any points of interest along our current planned path? I mean, places with supplies, or maybe people that need help, things like that, things that we need to plan for.
I don't know how to answer your question, Finbar. I'm as much in the dark as the rest of us. There could be survivors, it could be nothing but cultists and demons. We could be the only survivors that remain yet in Kenabres. The only way for us to discover an answer to that is to look.
Sally forth.
She shrugs and nods, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I was being a little overly optimistic. I didn't take into account just exactly how much trouble the town is in. Well, is everyone in
Pardon me,
traveling
Finbar,
form?
you don't know
Let's
how much
go.
trouble the town is in. Did you not see Kurasmadan? Did you not see... She starts to look visibly upset.
I'm a poor country dwarf. This has such scope of evil and horror that my mind is trying to grasp onto something concrete, something I can do to help. Is there a family? Is there an orphanage? Is there anything I can do at my small level, no short jokes, to help get us headed in the right direction? That's all. I apologize if my candor was a little off-putting. It's just I'm having a little difficulty wrapping my head around this entire event. It's overwhelming, to say the least.
None of us were prepared for this when we came out to the festival that day. And even after the shock of what we saw in the sky, we fell into the earth and survived only by a blessing and had to fight our way back here. I barely remember what I saw in those few minutes.
Well, with the amount of coin I was making while performing, I was expecting it.
Roderick does pipe up as well. Brother Finbar, you have done more than any of us could ask for. You've kept us all alive. Keep doing that, and we may yet see this city return to forces of good.
Fingers crossed. Are we ready to travel?
Nods
All
from
right.
everyone. Beautiful.
Who wants to, what's our marching order then? I imagine we should keep our more vulnerable folks in the middle.
Definitely.
I shall guard the rear,
Oh,
Brother Finbar.
I can take point if you guys want me to.
I'll keep
find
Horgus
traps.
company.
I will guard your flank.
I shall stand with Mikhail then.
Fantastic.
So as you all prepare your marching order, you gather up your what little supplies you have at this point, you begin to head out into the city. The sounds of screaming, the sounds of fire crackling, the occasional shift in the ground, and a slight tremor or earthquake here and there, and the distant sounds, perhaps a crumbling building in reaction to those tremors. You begin moving slowly, both out of a sense of safety and concern for your well-being, but also with some of the injured in your party. You make your way north, skirting the edge of this giant rift to your side. That rift provides a sense of protection, seeing as nothing can readily, unless it has wings, cross over and attack you from the right. Move along. You've gone perhaps only a half a mile over the course of an hour, when you begin to hear some shouting and chanting from up ahead. Give me perception checks, please.
I'm so good at those.
Oh my god.
I don't even know.
You're so good.
I'm so good.
You're the best at those. So good.
Wait, no.
Seer, that's really good.
Perception?
Mikhail, you hear your own footsteps, which is good.
Okay, I was worried for a minute the feet might not be working.
I don't know why they call them fingers. I ain't never seen them fing. Oh, there they go. That's an old Simpsons reference for you. It's an old Simpsons reference. Ferris,
That took forever.
Storic, and Seer. You can clearly make out. The rest of you hear naught but muffled sounds of a small band of people. It sounds like chanting or almost singing of some sort, but a very dark, very cruel kind of singing. With the 20, you all can make out these specific words, these chants. "O great Lord Baphomet, we offer this sacrifice to you, that we might please you and appease you, O Lord Baphomet. No, we sacrifice you to the great swarm host of Descari. May he bless us and forgive us for our trespasses." With the 26, you can hear the muffled cries of a female voice. "Please, please don't kill me, please. I'll do anything, please. Please, please don't kill me." I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys over to a brand new map, which will markate the city that you find yourselves in, a bit of ruined city. We're gonna take a moment to adjust your marching order so that it is as you intend it. And then I'm going to give a more detailed description of the scene that you find yourselves in. While simultaneously, this kitty begs me for attention, because she is indeed a kitty. Alrighty then. Gadoosh. Alright, the scene you see before you is as follows. You are walking down a street. There are dilapidated and slightly fallen down and crumbled in buildings to your left and right, and up ahead you see a well where a woman has been tied to the well. Her hands are bound up over her head, and there's a man holding a knife near her throat, one hand high in the sky, chanting these calls to Baphomet's, the demon host, to the world wound itself, and she's crying out, asking for mercy, for forgiveness, and there are a good 10 or so individuals surrounding her. With your approach, with their hyper focus on the situation before them, they do not see you. I'd like you all to take a moment to adjust your marching order to make sure you guys are where you would be.
I can move up, hold the ground with my shield, and make a choke point. We can use some ranged attacks, and then perhaps even flank them if we can get around the building.
I'll go rescue the girl. The rest of you hold them off.
Why don't you throw some more pocket change at him, Fop?
Orgus will back up. Aaron Voshnol clings to Anivia. Anivia draws her bow and prepares herselves. You may move yourselves up to right before this brick right here, this bit of rubble. Right before that bit of rubble. And then once you guys are prepared, I will have you roll initiative, and we will start with a surprise round. Ferris, go ahead and ask your question.
I'd like to actually go around, and come up like this side, so I can get a
Give me a stealth check, please, Mr. Chewbacca. Don't muff it up.
Great googly boogly. Come on, buddy.
And don't forget to yell parkour.
At this point, I don't think he wants to yell parkour. I think he wants to yell quiet time, please.
Come on, why aren't you? There it goes. No.
And you all may indeed begin to roll initiative, please.
Point of privilege question, please.
Of course. Take it away, Mikhail.
I believe I have my wonderful new sword set up correctly in my attacks. May I roll an attack so you can see just how bad I screwed it up and then fix it?
Take it away, Mikhail.
There you go.
Let's take a look at it.
All right. So here is
Great.
test drive of the holy sword.
Not the
didn't
best
even see
roll,
where to put in the
but
cold
it
iron.
looks like the damage looks good. Let me double check something here. And that is Holy Sword, you said? Enchantment is 1. Equation. Do you have weapon focus, longsword or anything?
No, I do not. I put that on the Morning Star.
Not a problem whatsoever. That's good. 19 to 20 times 2. 6. You had a plus 6 to attack. Your base BAB is 5, 6, 7. Yep, that looks good. Looks perfect, brother. You did everything correctly. Well done,
Okay.
sir. Well
All
done.
right.
Roderick,
I
hit it
just
up.
didn't find. Where do I put the
Please.
cold iron?
So what I would do for cold iron is I would actually list that in the name. So I would say holy sword, cold iron. I'm adding it for you right now, and then I'll just
Okay.
markate and then deviate and markate that. Hey, this is a cold iron longsword, and then I'll know. You'll know. Easy peasy.
And
Okay,
Roderick's got your old Morningstar, yeah?
Yes, I
Fantastic.
bequeath the +1 Morningstar to Roderick.
Perfect. He is now. Is everyone in the initiative? Because I have to go ahead and roll. The
I'm
bands.
working on it.
Take it away, brother. And you also need to give me that. Did you give me that that stealth check?
I did. I
Kenabres?
rolled a 12.
A 12. Now the good news is they're hyper distracted, so I will be rolling a hyper distracted check to see if they hear you. Bear with me for a moment. That looks good there. We're getting all these of them in. Got some cultists to kill. It's gonna be.
Hold on.
great.
I don't know what my computer's doing. It's being super slow.
Okay.
I'm trying to roll initiative.
Take your time, baby bird. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. However, what I am worried about is what song I should play for battle. We're gonna go desert combat.
Oh, yeah. Brings
So
back wonderful memories.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Wow.
roll a
That's
few
some
different.
Fast cultists.
Yeah, cultist got a 2. Cultist got a -3. That one got a 2. That one got a -2. That one got a 13. All right. So this cultist right here is going to hear a twig break. This one right here, I'm going to markate. That's weird. I'm going to mark as with a red
Demarcate.
dot. That means he heard you, and he is not considered flat-footed to you this round. All right.
He
So
heard
he
you
will
do whisper
He
parkour.
will turn and go, that's a cat. That's weird. However, we are going to get our surprise round. And Nevia is going to open up with a shot at the guy holding the knife next to the woman's neck. 13 is unfortunately a hit for this man because he is flat-footed against her. +5. Let's go. 8 damage. Boom! Nice solid arrow into the guy's side. He's in the middle of his conversation. And great Lord Baphomet, accept the sacrifice of this whore's blood to... And then... Ka-thunk! They start to panic. However, they're still surprised. Next up is Ferris. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll wait, so he knows I'm there.
Mhm. Hey, what's that kitty cat doing over there?
Could I get to this guy and still get a
So during
sneak
a
attack in?
surprise round, you can charge up to your movement as part of the surprise round. So that is the closest guy you could get to with one move action.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I'll go to this guy here.
Hey, all good. You won't get sneaky, but you still got a lot of damaging.
Oh, all right. Attacks. I hit the button. It's taking forever. I apologize.
I'm not worried about it. I trust you. You may wish to refresh your browser after your turn.
I have.
Is this the new suspense mode for Roll20?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. You know what doesn't have issues like this? Just kidding. I don't like Foundry. I don't like it.
We know.
22 for 9.
Ooh.
Solid
There it
blow. You
is.
walk up,
Very
give him
nice.
the boops. You slash into his face. He rears back, shocked at this. However, he did manage to draw his sword. I am going to give him an attack back as part of his surprise round, since he is acting in a surprise round as well. That is an 18 to hit. Does that hit you?
Yep.
Okay. He's going to deal you a whopping 7 points of damage as he slashes at you with a short sword, or stabs at you, I should say. All right, Mikhail, you're up next.
Most wonderful. With my new treasured sword in my hand, I will whisper to it, I am not the hand you knew, but I'm the hand that you have. Please work with me. And then I'm going to go absolutely berserk.
Let's go. That's good. I like that. Hell yeah.
And up to here, I intend to own this piece of property like Baltimore. And my target is actually this one right here, with a rage cry. They're invoking their god, so I'm going to give them a counterpoint. Raphael! And just bring this new sword right on down on him.
Let's go, baby bird. Let's go. Ooh! You rush forward with your brand new long sword, slashing down on this man. As the arrow hit him, he spun back to see where it came from, only to be met by the wrathful Mikhail, who cuts him open, just straight across the chest. Blood splatters. He tumbles back. He drops the blade. That is a dead cultist. Well done, sir. Absolutely well done. Beautiful opener.
Who else wants some?
Beautiful opener. Seer, you are up next. This is a surprise round. As a reminder, as a surprise round, you get a standard or a move action.
Seer opens his mouth to start to orate, and he closes it awkwardly because he can't think of what to say. So after a brief moment of looking around at his party members with wide eyes, he falls back into his junior high school fight song and starts to sing, "Go fight, win, fight, Kenabres Junior High. Go fight, win, fight, Kenabres." And he's just kind of looking around with wide eyes, seeing if that's any good. And he's that's inspire courage.
Beautiful. You may have 200 Darewolf bucks. Redeemable at your local Darewolf store for that delightful rendition. Loved it.
I'm surprised he didn't go with Darewolf drachmas.
Darewolf drachmas? I'll think about it. It's a work in progress. Stork the Undying, your surprise round, good sir.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a wizard, so I cast Mage Armor.
Ooh, bold choice, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. It does. It does. Nice old Mage Armor. Love it. All right, this next up is Roderick, who is going to take his. He's going to charge to here, backing up Mikhail. He is going to swing on this gentleman. 22 is a hit. For 13 damage, max damage. Let's go! Suffer the wrath of Torag, you abysmal sack of shit! He screams. Not the most eloquent man, but that man is very injured. Finbar Fohammer, you're up next.
Finbar moves, let's see. I want to make sure I get this. Because that's 20 right there at the side of the cart. And I look accusingly at the assemblage. And I say quietly, so I know they're listening, "You all are pretty tough against a little girl. Why don't you try us on for size?"
Ooh.
And I kind of do the, bring it kind of gesticulations.
Come at me, brah. Come at me, brah. Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we are at our official round 1. This cultist here draws his blade, looks at the dwarf, and says, "A dwarf would make an excellent sacrifice for the demons. Die!" And he rushes forward at you, swinging wildly. 13 is a miss. It clinks off of you.
Oh,
This gentleman here sees the paladin. "A holy warrior! Sacrifice! His blood shall please the demon host!" Rushes forward as well. 24 is a hit. Oof. Take a whopping 3 damage as he lightly caresses you with his blade. This guy here steps forward and grabs the woman, bringing his sword up, and he begins to get ready to try and stab her. She is struggling and kicking, so he is looking like he's going to try and kill her. He's like, if we kill the woman, the demons, they shall come to our aid. We must kill her. We must kill her." And he's getting ready to try and coup de grace her next turn. This guy here is reeling at the hit from Roderick, but he's going to do his best to lift up his sword and try to attack back. 16 is a miss. As he brings it up, Roderick just brings up his shield, just clink, and he says, "A pitiful performance." Nevia is going to take a pot shot at this guy, right here, that has been injured by Roderick. That is going to be 7. 18 is a hit!
Ooh.
D8 plus 5, because these are humans. What? She has favorite enemy human? You're gosh darn tootin'. As he stabs, he brings his sword back to go again at Roderick. Arrow through the eye. That man drops to the ground dead. Ferris.
Ferris will attack the same guy. Let's see if refreshing my screen helped.
Bring it up. Ooh, that was quick. 19 for 11. You bring both claws up. You swing up. He goes to duck. You bring your other claw up straight through the neck. You cut it open. He gurgles, bleeding out, and crumples to the ground. That was a standard. You still have a move action.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll take that. Can I move there, do an acrobatics check to get through the
Absolutely.
square?
100%, man. Show me what you got. 27. Beautifully dumb, nimbly pimbly like a kitty. Now, quick aside, Ferris. Point of order. If you make an acrobatics check to avoid attacks of opportunity, you only get half your speed. So you wouldn't be able to move there fully. Would you like to only move half of the distance? Or would you like to just provoke and get to that position?
I'll just provoke then.
Okay, perfect. I'll make his attack roll. Roll is a miss.
Yay.
Mikhail, you're up next with the Holy Sword, who seems to really like you.
Oh. You didn't run. I applaud you. And back down to my attacks.
Crit.
Once
crit,
more, directly in front of me.
Crit. Whoa! Solid blow for 13 damage, cutting his chest open. He recoils back, crying out in shock, pain, and fear. However, the madness seems to have overtaken him, and he just starts to blither in abyssal about how he is going to eat you, I guess? Cultists are weird, man. I don't like it. I don't trust it.
What's the critical range on that guy? Because you rolled a 19, right?
No, he rolled a
Yeah,
13.
it is.
So if you
Oh,
look
yeah,
at the
right.
macro, hover over it, it says critical threat 19 plus. So what that means is the top bar is 1d20, critical strike is 19 plus, and then it's plus 7. The actual roll is below that.
Yeah.
It's a 13
Oh,
plus
okay.
7. You see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
My apologies. I misread it.
Happens all the time. Seer, it is back to your
Thanks
turn.
for looking
good
out
sir.
for me.
I got
All
you,
right,
baby
so-
girl.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Seer sees that the cultists are starting to drop, and he's believing that he's to help with that. So he's really into his fight song now. He's high stepping. He's got his long sword out, thrusting it up and down in the air like a grand marshal. He grows to throw it up in the air and flip it, and then realize it's a long sword and lets it drop. and then he pulls out some sand in his pouch.
Is
And
it pocket sand?
it's pocket sand mixed with lint, and he casts sleep, and he would like to cast sleep, and if I center it here, will the right there for the 10-foot burst?
That's a pretty good burst, man.
To try and stop that coup de grace.
I like that. I'm going to roll for the lowest DC first, which is unfortunately the woman. She falls
You don't want
asleep.
to see this anyway.
She's sleepy. We'll roll for the next guy. 11 is a fail. He passes out. And how many hit die do you have?
It's 4.
That's everybody. But you
Sounds
put her
good.
to sleep and you put him to sleep. That's a pretty effective use of that. Go to
Nice.
sleep, little cultist. Go to sleep,
And
little
let's
cultist.
see. And then I will move.
Beautiful.
You like to
Beautiful,
move it,
beautiful,
move it.
beautiful. This cultist here is going to ignore the woman. He's going to step over to the holy warrior, who seems like much better pickets. 14 is a miss. This cultist here steps in. Kill the dwarf! Kill the dwarf! 11 is a miss.
Yeah, go for the dwarf.
Storic the Undying.
You're muted.
As is tradition.
As is
As is
tradition.
tradition. Not usually me. Storak sees that Seer's taking care of the lady and the cultist who was going to kill her. They're both blissfully asleep, and he's like, "Excellent." So I'm gonna move to right here. I think.
Dude, is that a good idea?
Let
Nothing's
Brian
a good
Brian.
idea.
All right, just let Brian Brian.
Nothing's ever a good idea.
Fantastic.
Actually, I'm going to move to here and use my hover.
Are you dimensional sliding?
Are you electric sliding?
Or like, because you would provoke from this guy right here.
All right, I'll just well.
I mean, these guys are rolling pretty bad. All right, that's all I'm saying.
And I have mage
Very
armor.
cool.
Yeah, no, I move to there. I'll provoke the attack of opportunity, but then I engage my
Miss.
my battle station Storic, which is my scale, and I hover up 10 feet in the air.
I like it. I like it.
I think that's all my actions though.
That's beautiful. That would also.
But now
provoke
I'm
from
battle
this guy.
station.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, 20 will hit me.
All right. So you get poked for 8 damage as he stabs you in the leg.
Ow!
Ooh.
Only demons are allowed to fly. Cheek! And stabs you. Yeah, it's terrible. Roderick looks down at his shield, says, "We'll have to buff that out." Steps forward and looks over, offering a firm nod to Mikhail as you are fighting shoulder to shoulder. And he's gonna go for this guy right here. Let's go. Let's go. 15 is a hit, I believe. 1d8 plus. Forgot to add the bonus to his roll because you are bardic performancing. It is 14 damage! Max damage again! You guys are wrecking
Go,
this!
Roderick.
This is beautiful! Just thing right up the side of the head. This cultist is reeling from the blow. He looks down at the slightly bloody morning star, looks to Mikhail and says, "I like this. Thank you, brother." Finbar, you're up next.
You're flanking, so
I-
you get a +2.
Nice. So I analyze the situation, and I smirk, and I say in abyssal, "Your gods can't help you now, but you will be meeting them soon." And I haul back with my warhammer,
Oh, ho, ho, ho. That is a hit, good
and
sir.
I get. All right.
That's a hit. Beautiful.
So the one
blow at
between
that
me
guy.
and the rogue gets a smacking.
Beautiful. All right, we're back to this cultist here, who sees his opportunity. He's going to 5 foot here since Stork is in the air. He's going to flank with.
I don't
the
have a weapon anyway.
dwarf. That'll be a +5 to hit. 11 is a miss, unfortunately for him. This cultist here is actually going to withdraw and begin to flee. So he ignores the first 5 foot and begins to run down the alley, screaming, "All is lost! The demons have forsaken us! The gods have forsaken us! All is lost!" Just screaming as he runs. This cultist here is, "Go to sleep, little cultist. Go to sleep, little cultist." Anivia has a look on her face that says, "This is going better than I expected." She's gonna shoot this guy right here. +7, rapid shot. First one hits, second one misses, unfortunately. That is going to be 9 points of damage as the arrow strikes him in the side. He grunts in pain. Ferris the kitty cat, 'tis your go.
Fierce
Fierce.
is very mad that you have taken his flanking bonus away.
Yeah, you know me. I like to play the monster smart. My bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, then he's gonna run over here. He kind of goes around, and then
Can you do me a favor and roll an acrobatics check and say parkour?
I don't need to make an acrobatics check, but I will say parkour.
I just want you to make an acrobatics check. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right.
Just want you to roll dice. I want to make sure your sheet's working. It's just
All
a
right, hold
practice. Yeah.
Parkour!
Woo!
You're balancing on a broken cart
yeah.
like a.
Don't
Captain
you not
Sparrow.
regret doing that? Don't you not regret doing that? That was 29. That's pretty bamf, right?
I do not regret that.
And the dice have a story to tell, and this one is you're fucking badass.
Yeah. All right. So now I am going to sneak attack on this guy here.
Oh, good golly.
20 damage. Is that?
Oh! Give me a description, if you'd be so kind, of how you
He,
murdered this guy.
So he like backflips his way like around, jumps up on top of the cart, like lands on all fours, stares at the guy like, you know, because he's paying attention to the dwarf, stares at him, literally does a butt wiggle and just jumps like claws first, lands on his back, rides him to the ground and just rips his throat out.
Beautiful. I'll actually let you end your turn right there then, as part of that beautiful cinematic. Well done, sir. You may have 200 Darewolf bucks as well. Mikhail, it's your turn.
Oh,
By the way, you're
So-
like negative 10,000 Darewolf bucks because of your ridiculous comments in Darewolf Den. So just, you know, we're working.
oh yeah, no.
Not you, not you.
Karmic debt
Oh,
is-
no,
Chewbacca,
me.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
You're like positive 5,000. So yeah, but Drew, he's got a long way to work his way out of that hole.
Glorious. All right. I'm so upset that my best laid plan ran off on me. Mikhail does speak Elven and Dwarven, so I will shout out to my colleagues. First in Dwarven, capture one. In Elven, capture one. But then I'm going to go ahead and make sure I can absolutely just beat the holy hell out of this gentleman right here.
That guy looks real beaten up, and he just needs a little more, and he's out.
I'm gonna cleave straight through him and then start stalking the one behind him.
Yes, Queen.
What do we say?
Oh,
Yes, I
there
will
it
take that.
is. Nice slash down.
Wow.
He's reeling from the hit from Roderick. Right into your longsword. Quick slash down. He drops. Beautifully. You still have a move active.
Yep, and I shall maneuver myself right on into his face.
Chef's kiss. Love it. This gentleman here is looking around at all the dead cultists. He's thinking to himself. He has a moment of hesitation and then says, "Die!" And he tries to stab you. Just madness. Just a maddening attempt at a stab. 17 is a miss. Seer. This is our fight song. This is our alright song. Da, da, ba, 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 da, ba, da. I don't actually know the words. I just kind of know the melody.
All right, so Seer pulls out his crossbow and he shoots this guy.
Ooh.
Oh yes. Reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch me. Which guy were you shooting? This one right here?
Correct.
That crossbow goes into the side of his head and protrudes out the other side. He stands for a moment, wavering, then slowly turns to look at the small little seer and says, "Really? You?" And then dies.
And Seer says, "I got one!"
Yay! That was awesome.
And
Alrighty then.
Seer will...
Is that the end of the lingering performance?
it's still going for the
Okay,
until
cool.
my turn again.
Okay.
So then Seer will use his move action to reload the crossbow.
Beautiful. Store it. you are flying in the air, hovering, dare I say.
I am indeed. I now okay, it's skip my turn. There's been a lot of action, and I'm trying to figure out what the best course of. I hover over the. I use the hover thing, but to levitate to float over to here on my pillar of cloud. Actually, I'm going to hover over the lady so that she's concealed by my cloud pillar.
Oh no, what happened to the nice lady? She's gone.
Let her really wake up in terror.
That's right.
Yeah, she's gonna look up and
And-
just see Stork's butt. I mean, yikes.
I mean,
Wear
hello.
Hello.
underwear under your robe.
You going
Get it.
regimental style under those robes?
Is
Absolutely.
is this heaven?
See it as purple fringes.
Ooh.
We already have a sleeping guy, so we've already taken a guy hostage because he's sleeping. So I just not magic missile, but I force bolt that guy.
Nice.
So let me just roll that attack. Force missiled.
Beautiful.
4 points of damage.
Right into his chest, he runs. This cultist over here has been watching the situation unfold, has not made any other moves, and decides to fuck off.
Probably wise.
Roderick, seeing this situation, pivots around behind this guy to flank and cut off his retreat, or actually... No escape for the wicked! And he charges this guy.
Oh,
Holy cow!
Oh, that'll
Oh!
jeez, Roderick is on
hit.
fire.
Oh, 12 damage! He runs up and does like a 300 leap in the air, back of the head, and just drops that guy.
My dude.
Then turns and faces the last man and says, "My brother Mikhail chooses you next." Finbar.
I'm going to move to take a flanking position on this guy in case he does wake up,
Sure.
but I'd like to leave him unmolested because the fop is right. If he's already unconscious, it'll be easier for us to subdue him.
Absolutely. All right, this cultist still sleeping. Anivia sees the situation. The group to the south slowly begins to move their way up towards you guys. And they're just going to take their turn to maneuver up over yonder. Ferris, you are a cat. You are a kitty cat.
I guess I'll bound over to this one.
Mhm.
Hold on. Let's see. I was here 5, 10, 15, 20. I think I can just get to right in front of them.
Cut off his escape. You're going to go for the kill, or you're going to let Mikhail have the glory.
I won't hold it against you. Have fun.
You know what? I'll just yeah. I'll hold.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Aid another action to help his attack. Roll an attack roll. Give him a +2 to his next attack.
Cool.
Yep.
Super sweet.
I like to imagine that what actually happens is that Ferris slides in, doing the like on all fours, so that this guy essentially Mikhail's just going to push him over.
He just cracks his head on the concrete. That's beautiful.
All right. Do I have to do anything?
Just make an attack roll.
Just
And if you roll at least a 10, he gets a +2 to his next attack. You got at least a 10. You get a +2 to your next attack, Mikhail. This is what we
Nice.
call
Excellent.
teamwork.
Oh, sword raised high. I level my stare at him, and in common I tell him, repent. But the sword's coming down. The sword is coming down as soon as I get the other window open.
You can repent in the afterlife. And
Nope.
you know what's beautiful? That +2 from Ferris is what you need to hit the guy, and you cut him
Oh.
open and cut him down.
Oh,
Yes?
okay, I mean, I'll take the win, but that was the wrong
Reroll
icon
the
I
attack,
clicked.
good sir, please.
Okay. Yeah, why?
Regardless, you're gonna hit, just reroll the attack. Alright, I'm gonna give you the 10 damage, because that 6 is poopy. So here's what happens. You go to swing, he leans back, you do swing. As he leans back, you kick him in the chest. He tumbles over Ferris?
Fierce.
Fierce.
Falls back, cracks his head on the cement, and blood starts to pool out. It is a group effort. Absolutely gloriously done. As the sounds of combat end, the sounds of demonic tonal presence get slightly louder. And we are out of combat, good sirs. Let me go ahead and remove the turn order. Delete the tracker here. I'll reset the turn tracker and offer the scene back to you guys.
What were the cultists wearing? Like just street clothes kind of stuff?
Ooh, now you're asking the real question. So some of them were wearing street clothes. Some of them were dressed as Crusaders that had bloodied tabards of Iomedae, Sarenrae, and even one had one of Abadar.
No red shirts and
sacrilege.
khakis.
No
So
red
these
shirts.
guys were impersonating the people that were supposed to be saving these people, which makes it especially heinous. I take some of the street clothes and tear them into strips and use them to bind our hostage so he can be properly interrogated by
Perfect.
people with worse disposition than myself.
Perfect. This man is properly bound. His weapon is taken from him. He is otherwise uninjured, but he is bound. We'll pop him up against the wall of this building.
Seer's gonna pick
I,
up his dropped longsword.
I shake the lady. I return to the ground and I shake the lady awake to ensure that she has a good experience of awakening to a friendly face.
Yeah. Hey, lady, wake up! Ah!
Pretty lady!
Pretty lady, hello! You're waking up now. He awakens, and her first reaction is to scream, beg for mercy. No, no, please, don't kill me. Wait. But you are not those men. You are...
Oh, we ripped the hell out of them.
You're safe now.
Don't
sorry
look,
I put
it's
you to
too
sleep.
Horrible.
You are not... You're not the madman roaming the streets. You are Crusaders. You are with the militia? The guard? Who are you people?
It's a good question, actually. Well, you see, we've tumbled into a bit of a situation where we're not really affiliated with anybody at this point. In fact, funny story, we literally tumbled into one of these fissures and then we had to like fight our way out. And it was very funny because, I mean, as you can imagine, I'm a wizard. And so fighting is not really my thing. But I found these chumps and they have been just so helpful. And so, you know, as one does, we have made our way back to the surface, and now we are searching for someone to I suppose pledge our allegiance to at this point.
I move towards the woman and I ask her if she's hurt, and I offer her some water, and I ask her to describe what had happened before she was abducted.
She regales you with a tale of having survived the initial assault. It's been 3 days? 4 days? 3 or 4 days since the initial assault. And she has taken refuge in a small library, a library called the Blackwing Library. The mention of Blackwing Library, Aaron Vashnell's ears kind of twitch slightly. I am familiar with this establishment. Some of my companions and fellow scholars, they owned that place. Do they still live? She nods. They do, and I was helping them. I had gone out looking for food or some supplies. We were beginning to run low. When these men, these madmen, they found me, they chased me, they captured me, and Inheritor bless us, if you had not come along, I surely would have been slain. But she mentions that there is a bookstore, Blackwing Library, which is close by to this location, where she has been hiding out. She does mention she has heard some cultists outside, and they were actually discussing these cultists that captured her. They were discussing that there is a potential assault coming up on the inn to the north. Does anyone remember the name of the inn?
Defender's Heart.
Bingo bango. There is an assault coming up on Defender's Heart. However, what information this does provide you is that there are likely other survivors that have used that and turned that into a stronghold of which to fight back against this invasion. Good news? Bad news? I'll leave that for you to decide.
Well, boyos, I suppose we know where we're going next.
To the bookstore. Perhaps there are magical tomes there.
Hmm.
Yes, indeed.
I'm always up for learning.
I help the girl to her feet, and I suggest to the rest of the party members that we check the bodies of the fallen for anything that might be helpful. And I
Potions, weapons, information.
I'll start tossing bodies.
On the bodies, you find 3 Cure Light Wounds potions and 1 Cure Moderate potion. You also find 62 gold on them.
Dibs on the cure moderate? Question mark.
Go for it. Go for it. Yep.
I drink one of the. Without even asking permission, I drink one of the cure light.
Of course you do. I think that we should hide the... Boy, I don't want to use the word ornaments, it sounds flippant. But the heraldry of the guard so more imposters can't use it against us. Does that sound wise to the rest of the party?
Yes, that
we
is.
We should just burn it.
Good.
Can you... Are they wooden shields or metal shields? Because I thought they were metal.
Wooden. They've got wooden shields, fabric tabards, etc. Mm-hmm.
Fire sounds like the right answer then.
Yeah.
In fact, we can
Okay.
burn these idiots' corpses as well. Not leave them clogging the streets.
Fantastic idea. And it's also a nice little for anybody that stumbles across them to see what happens when they go against the fair guardians of the city.
Cure moderate is 2d8 plus 2?
2d8 plus 2. Plus 3. 2d8 plus 3.
2d8 plus 3, yeah. Real quick, historic fashions with prestidigitation and some mending out of like a piece of wood on the ground, a little sign that he puts up that says "Cultists beware." Like,
Wonderful.
Nice. Fantastic. Are we overlooking anything? Is there any other?
There
We have us a
is.
hostage,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I have so many questions for this individual.
Was
And
anyone
we can
wounded? Sorry, I
I
just wanted to
was.
get that out there.
I was, but I just drank a potion of cure moderate.
Okay.
one of these jerks stabbed me in the leg. I applied the potion to the outside, of course, as a smart man would.
Beerus, once again, covered in blood, just everywhere. You can't tell what's his and what isn't, and he just drinks a potion. And it's like, all right, yeah, let's find out what this fucker knows. And he's gonna step up and like stand on his 1 foot on his chest and like flex his claws. Wakey, wakey.
Perhaps some of the ladies and the more delicate individuals do not want to be in the line of sight of this.
Woman is escorted off by Anivia. They head into this slightly dilapidated building off to the side, and we'll take a moment of respite. Anivia to rest her leg, the woman to calm her nerves after almost being sacrificed to a demon god, And the man,
I-
this cultist, is awoken. His initial reaction is muttering something about Lord Baphomet, grant me, and he sees his predicament and very quickly quiets up.
So since Seer is not intimidating, he's gonna go in here and start performing for the lady to cheer her up.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I've heard of this new torture method called waterboarding. I also know this spell that will bring water up from the well. Perhaps we could try it.
well, instead of
You
that,
frighten me.
why don't we tie the man by his ankles and dunk him like a teabag into the well until he professes what he knows.
Oh, see, here's the secret. With waterboarding, he'll feel like he's drowning, but there's no actual danger of him drowning.
I could just
me-
rip his throat out.
Whereas, in case this isn't obvious, which it might not be, Mr. Dwarf, but if you dunk him in the water, there's a danger he'll drown.
I'll leave that to you, and I'm going to take a defensive posture over here in case
What's your alignment,
they have
Stork?
friends.
Jesus Christ!
We're playing
Definitely
a
chaotic
part,
good.
Wolf.
I see.
We're
I see.
playing a part.
All right, I get it.
The dwarf just kind of
best-
looks at
The best
Stork and-
torture is the torture that we're doing to him in his head.
Man looks
And then on his body.
positively terrified at this prospect. There is a mixture of guilt, fear, anger, confusion that crosses his face. He lets out a few sounds. However, those sounds are just that, sounds. There are no words, just
Also, I was reading a tome recently, and you gentlemen will not believe this, but it turns out that if you have sold your soul to a devil or a demon or, a demonic god or whatever, and you die, the hell you are in afterwards is the experience of dying. So if we make his death as painful as possible, his entire afterlife will be miserable.
I can be down with that, and I dig my toe claws in just a little bit more. I can't actually do damage with them. I'm just
he grimaces and
sharp cat claw.
begins to cry slightly. He is positively terrified.
All right, somebody should
I
probably
was
ask him a question at this
prepared.
point.
I was prepared to take the stain upon my soul of torturing this man for the greater good. And
greater
now
good.
I am wondering if I'm in the right party at all. Maybe I need to go into the house.
Didn't one of you have questions?
Yes.
We've got him warmed up.
Where were you gathering? What weapons do you have? What do you know about the next attack? What do you know about these safe houses? Where's that list? Where did you steal this money? Do you know where Jennifer is?
I don't.
You're going to tell me what...
Who's Jennifer?
You will bring me Jennifer, or I will start taking off pieces of your toes.
The man
No, I don't know where
breaks
Jennifer...
into broken sobbing. It is a mixture of apologies and lots of I don't knows and lots of... He regales you with, if he's to be believed, that he was a soldier of the Crusade. When the demons attacked, he tried his best to fight back, but realized so quickly there was no use, that demons had won. He threw himself in with the rest of the lot, pledging themselves to the demons because he felt there was no other choice. It was to die at their hands horribly, and this was his only belief, the only way he believed he could survive. He feels
Sadly, I
terrible
understand.
about it. He feels he has forsaken his oaths. He has forsaken the good gods. He knows he is destined for hell or the abyss. And he wishes only redemption, but he knows it is out of reach. He is saying this just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't know what to do. There were demons and there was blood everywhere, and I didn't know, and I saw them, and I screamed out. I screamed out at them. Please spare me. And there was
Here's-
a moment I heard the demons
the voice in my head. I could hear the buzzing, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to die.
Fierce looks over at Storic and he's like, yes, you've been very naughty. To make up for it, you have to tell us everything. Where are the leaders, and where's their stuff? And
I don't know anything. I just was running. We found her. We were gonna sacrifice. We thought maybe it just.
This guy doesn't know jack diddly.
So
He's just a fallen crusader who fell in with these other guys who felt there was no other way than to pledge themselves to the demons because they were afraid of death. He's just a mook. He's just a stupid, foolish mook, unfortunately.
Great.
I want to believe so deeply that he could be of use, even as just a meat shield, and he could find an ounce of redemption. I want so badly to believe in this, but I feel biased. Roderick, what do you think of this man?
Roderick grits his teeth, sort of grinds them for a moment. He looks down at the pitiful man, weeping, his cheeks puffy, his eyes filled with tears, his shoulders slumped forward, rocking back and forth. And Roderick looks over to Finbar, and looks back to Mikhail. I said it once before as we were fighting his brethren. No redemption for the wicked. He made his choice. He could have stood. He could have fought against evil. But not only did he not fight against evil, he sided with evil. His redemption is death. Lawful good. This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. You will have to die for your crimes. I thank you for telling us truly your story. And for whatever weight my prayers will bear, I hope that you will find some manner of forgiveness, even if it's after an eternity of torture.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, listen. I'm all for a good scaring. However, we don't we're gonna kill the guy. We tied up. The least we're not gonna kill him.
He should have chosen to die earlier. If we
Yes, but
let
he
him
didn't.
go,
And here's the thing: what you could do is have him help defend the inn that we know is going to be attacked, and therefore his life could be spent in a productive way rather than just murdering him in cold blood in the street.
damn it, I hate it when you make sense.
Finbar moves up into the middle of the party. And he looks at his party members. And he nods his head sagely. And he says, the fop is right. As worthless as this wretch is, we're going to need every pair of hands if we're going to make a stand at the Defender's Inn. And I look at him, and I grab him by the throat. And I say, from here on forward, if I see your spirit break just a fingernail amount, I'll kill you myself.
Oh, there will be no
not
need.
The time. Now is not the time. Either you stand on your 2 feet like a man, or we drown you like a rat. The choice is yours. And I take a step back and I let him answer.
Roderick looks very displeased at this. However, seeing as you are his... not subordinate, his...
Superior?
Superior. Thank you. That was the best word. I couldn't think of it. Seeing as you are his superior, Finbar, in the temple of the religion of Torag, he takes a step back. Again, he does not hide his displeasure in your choice in this matter, but he does not protest. He puts his morning star on his hip, little ring, so it hangs. Then he steps back and relaxes himself. He looked ready to kill this man. The man in front is looking at everyone. His expression says that he was ready to die, and now that he has an opportunity at potentially life, he is unsure what to do with it.
Well, it's gonna be pretty easy. You're gonna come with us and help save those people, and if you don't, one of us is gonna rip your balls off and feed them to you.
Oh! I have a solution to this. Sir, I don't know your name, and I frankly don't care. However, I do have a spell, and this spell will make sure that you are redeemed, regardless of your choices. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to curse you, and what you will have to do is go and make good upon your wishes to redeem yourself by arriving at the defender's heart and helping in the defense. And if you do not, this curse will simply end your life. And so I cast Touch of Fatigue on him, which is actually only going to make him fatigued for 1 round per level, so for 3 rounds. But it's going to feel like I channel negative energy into him and make him feel like he's been cursed.
He does not resist it. I will automatically have him fail the save, so it works. He looks exhausted. He looks downtrodden. And he just very quietly whispers, "I accept this chance at redemption."
Cool. All right, let's go.
we
And I,
we untie him and we leave him.
Step on his chest and like walk off over his chest. Like
Ooh.
done.
Circle the wagons.
I look at him and I'm like, oh, I would cut your ropes, but I don't have a weapon.
I loosen his bonds, and I turn to Roderick, and I say, unfortunately, sometimes pragmatism wins out. Who knows? This man might redeem himself, and isn't that the story we all want?
I defer to your wisdom, brother, and the wisdom of Torak.
So I turn to the people that are denizens of the city and say, which way to the library?
The woman, who has introduced herself as Tessa, looks at the cultist, looks very concerned, very displeased about it. The cultist does introduce himself as Braden, of all things. A cultist named Braden. I think it's funny, but I digress. And she points, "The Blackwing Library is not far from here. 1/4 mile, no more. It's just north here, down the road and slightly to the east. If we move quickly, we can make it there in very short time."
Are those howls that you've been talking about in chat in that general direction?
It's hard to tell what direction they're coming from, my friend. It's hard to tell. They just kind of seem to be coming from around and echoing through the streets. Their actual direction is very difficult to pinpoint.
Well, that's not worrisome at all.
No.
Not even a little.
As you all move out, begin to leave, the cultist moving with you, I am going to be making a quick check here. I want to be very clear that my goal here, depending on the outcome of this check, is not to take away player agency, but this NPC, this Braden, has seen and done some very horrible things and is attempting to come to terms with them. I'll be making a will save at a DC 10. If he fails, something will happen. I think you guys did great roleplay. I want to reward that roleplay, but I also want to express the severity of the situation that you find yourselves in and this particular character finds himself in. Let's see what happens. You watch as you go to leave, and Braden moves towards the well. There is a split second where this gentleman looks as though he is contemplating flinging himself down it. He pauses, He looks back at the group, and then he looks up to the sky and mouths the words, "May I be worthy of forgiveness." And he lowers his head, pulls his hood up, and begins to follow behind you.
Wow, we saved someone.
Storic engages him in the most casual of conversation, where he's like, "So, what did you do? Oh, so you're a soldier. Ah, well, what was your weapon of choice?"
He gives very short one-word answers, back and forth, very short one-word answers. You all make your way in the direction of the Blackwing Library. It is slow going, as it has been, moving forward, moving about, going this way and that, as it were. And as you come closer and closer to Blackwing Library, I'm going to have everyone make perception checks, please.
I forgot my library card.
Oh, no.
No,
All right,
no.
you have a couple of overdue books. They are overdue by 1,265 days. Your late fee is 12,000 gold. Would you like to pay that in platinum or silver?
Hopefully they'll take an IOU.
Hmm? I don't think they
Um,
will.
In between, since we just finished up the action, I know it's early. Could I request a quick 5?
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. If you want to step away for a moment,
All
you're
right.
good. Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, 5.
You're good, brother. Would everyone like a quick 5 here? I'm fine to take a quick 5. Want to take a quick 5?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, 5's
Go
fine.
back.
Go for it. Take a quick 5. We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors. Today's episode brought to you by Dare Wolfos. They're howlingly delicious. Just kidding. We'll be back in a moment. go to where you see on your gearbox. You're going to go down to voice and video. You're going to click on video, and you're going to click player video avatar size, names only.
大丈夫ですか、ナコさん?
You got it, baby bird?
I will find it.
Gear,
There.
audio and video.
Yep, there we go. It was under. I didn't realize there were 2 tabs under
Uh-huh.
there. So
No worries, brother. When we last left off, our intrepid adventurers, you all had defeated pretty resoundingly these cultists that were trying to murder this woman, Tessa. You had also, through some brilliant roleplay, convinced one of the cultists whom you had captured that you were going to waterboard and brutally torture him. He then broke, told you everything he knew, which was Jack Diddley, then convinced him perhaps he has a chance at redemption, after also having one of your NPCs say he deserves nothing but death. And then he thought about maybe throwing it all away, and then decided he would not. Stork, you have been engaging him in quiet conversation. You round a corner. Your party has grown to a relatively large size. Tessa lets out a gasp. The door of the library, it's smashed open. Oh gods, more of the cultists may have gotten in. I'm going to be moving you guys over to a brand new map where I will describe, once you're there, the scene you see before you. Give you a little precursor. The building itself is surrounded by rubble, but the building itself looks to be in pretty good condition. Now, as you approach, you can hear some muffled chanting and shouts from inside, and some cries, and a slight scent of burning paper. Like a little bit of burning paper. And these cries are shouting, please, please don't burn us. Please don't burn us alive.
The books!
Oh god, it's the books. Yes, indeed. This man gets it. This
The
man
people.
gets it.
The books!
Books are more important, right? Books are more important. All right, so let me move you guys over to City Ruins. Get your tokens posted there. Let me pivot you over here. And you are going to be looking up to the upper left-hand corner of this particular map. I will ping you guys there so you can see it. So what you see here are the doors of the Blackwing Library have been smashed open, all right? And I'll actually drag out for a little bit more. See, this door has been smashed completely, like so. There are cries. There is a distinctive masculine voice that you hear from inside. Your blood shall grant me mercy. Mercy from the demons. I do not wish to kill you, but it is the only choice. Through your blood I shall find salvation and power and strength. Please don't kill us. You don't have to do this. I see your symbol. I see your symbol on your chest. You were a knight of Iomade. She blesses you. She still can forgive you. You can find it. There is no redemption. There is only the demonic horde. They are inevitable. And I choose life beside them instead of death beneath them. I give you all a moment to interact. Choose what you'd like to do. The NPC's Tessa is nervous. She is mentioning, oh gods, Barbara and Bernard. Gods, they're going to kill them.
I run forward, casting Haunted Fae aspect on myself. I was like, running for the door.
Absolutely love it. I'm going to put Horgus. I'm going to put Brayden, Anivia, and I'd like all of you to position yourselves within 15 feet of the doorway, as I'm assuming you're all going to rush forward. If not, you know otherwise. Perfect. You may
Are there
position yourselves here. Go ahead.
Are there any windows like on this side here?
They are all boarded, and the curtains are drawn shut, likely to in favor of like hiding themselves from, well, exactly what's happening.
Okay, so like no easy.
You know what? You're a sneaky kitty cat. I want to let you be a sneaky kitty cat. You do see on the back side here, through some rubble, a small enough hole that you can probably squeeze through. All right, and I'm gonna say it's over on this back side over here. All right, so if you want to position yourself like right where that crack is, you can probably wiggle your way through it. All right.
All right,
Roderick,
that's
of
what
course,
I
will rush
will do.
forward. The rest back here will stay where they're at. The Braden, the former cultist, is unarmed but reaches down and picks up a board and takes up a defensive position of the rest of the NPCs. Tessa puts Anivia and Aaron Voshnell between herself and the cultist, former cultist, formerly known as Braden. The cultist formerly known as, or no wait, the non-cultist, Braden, the redeemed formerly known as cultist. There it is. I said it. Took me a second to get there, but we got there. It's all that really matters. The scene you see before you, there is a warrior with a beautiful shield with the symbol of Iomade painted upon it. That symbol has been slashed and covered in blood with a 5-pointed symbol and a goat's head on it. You would recognize as a symbol of Baphomet. He is pointing a morning star at this group of 3 individuals. You see an old man, an older woman, and a young, what appears to be scribe or scholar of some sort. There are 5 tieflings that are surrounding. One of them, in her hand, is carrying a burning torch. First thing you notice, Storic and the others, is that there is a mound of books beneath them, kindling for a potential bonfire. They are about to try and light these people on fire. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here and presume you all plan to engage them in combat right away. Is that fair assessment?
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll initiative then. Get you guys into the tracker. Then we'll get ready to knock this... What is it? Kick this popsicle stand? Light this firework? I'm not very good with sayings.
Oh, what? I rolled a
Alright.
1.
Oh, Healy, Do, Lee. Here we go. Skadoosh. 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 And skadoosh. I'm going to pop off a little bit of battle music for you guys here in just a moment. And here we go. All right, is everyone in the initiative?
I don't think I am. I rolled a 23, but
You are in the initiative,
You are.
sir.
there I am. Okay.
First up in the initiative. Now, you rushed forward. You hit a bunch of rubble along the way. This man was shouting. However, he was glancing to his right and he sees Storic move in. We are not going to have a surprise round. We're going to jump right into the first round. Seer, you are first.
All right. I will start my inspire courage. And then I will.
I think your stream just crashed, Wolf.
I believe that it did. However, I'm still
Oh, no.
recording, so
Okay.
it's all good, baby birds.
Move.
I should not have just clicked reconnect because it just stopped the recording. So now I'm going to have 2 recordings apparently. And hopefully the first part didn't get deleted. Give me 1 second just to double check something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cut. Everyone back to 1. Let's take it again.
Hold on.
On your marks.
Did it record the first part? Oh, please it worked.
We're not gonna kid.
Ah, it did. Okay.
Robert,
Okay.
Bernard.
Okay. Good news is the first part of the video has been captured. I'm going to attempt to go live again, so bear with me. I think we're back. All right, we're back with 2 parts, which is always fun. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right. So my inspire courage is active, and I moved, and now my turn is over.
Ferris, you're up next.
Okay, Furious will attempt to
Seduce.
sneak. So I'm gonna try and do a stealth check.
Mhm.
Shites.
Woof.
Are you wearing a bell?
Shiza.
Someone in the walls, says one of the tiefling women, and they seem to know you're there.
All right, well then, Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Kitty
Yes.
Capkins.
Whatever, at least I can.
Oh, that's still 11 damage. Solid
At least
blow
I got chicken.
as you cut this tiefling lady down. Yikes. Solid blow. This tiefling here is going to spring into action, zipping and zapping over to here, and readies an action. This man here turns, looking over his shoulder. Yes, this is good. More to burn, more to sacrifice. This shall surely bring the demons favor. You first, foppish man. And he charges you.
I don't like that.
That's a 24. That's 8 damage. Thunk.
Really don't like that.
Finbar, you're next.
Hey, buddy.
First, I shout out, your fealty to your filthy god will bring you no favors from us. However,
However.
and I just kind of let it hang there
Hey.
so their mind will.
Just
and then
real
I cast
quick.
Bless. Yeah.
Is he using a cold iron weapon?
He is using a cold iron weapon.
What?
He's got a cold iron Morningstar, baby bird.
All right, fire up Bless, everybody.
This is your first mini boss of this part of the campaign. It's gonna be great.
Oh,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Storic the Undying, you're in a bit of a pickle.
I take a 5-foot step back because apparently he is not affected by my. And then I hit him with a aggressive storm cloud.
I like it.
That's right, aggressive thunder cloud. So he'll
Oh.
just take 3d6 points of electrical damage.
Okay.
The
Maybe. if
DC
he
is now
fails.
the DC is now 19 because I spell focused or.
He fails.
So then he will take 3d6 worth of lightning electrical damage.
Love it. Love it. Ooh, 12 damage. Ka-chang. You see a skeleton for a moment. This tiefling rogue here is going to pivot up and over and go for this kitty cat, which populates this other tiefling rogue's ready to action. 23 to hit? On Ferris? I think that gets you, Drew, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why I flipped you off.
Okay, I didn't know what you were doing over there. Take 5 damage, not so bad. The other one also attacks for a 12, which is a miss. This tiefling here is going to pivot. Actually, she's going to do one of these. She will attempt an acrobatics check. Skill. 15. What's your CMD, Ferris? Fierce.
CMD. Fierce. CMD. 17.
You get an attack of opportunity against her.
Yeah, you goddamn right I do.
No. Oh, no. 16 for 8. That is a solid blow. Fortunately, she's just barely hanging on. This gentleman here, Mikael, is your turn.
all right. I am going
Do
to
something
activate my. Yes, I'm going to activate my do something cool secret ability.
Love it.
When I smite evil.
Ooh.
I am this man is now my special project, and we are gonna dance.
Love it.
So I see 2 spaces of broken down doors, and then flanked by the walls. So I'm going to try to maneuver like a tank commander. Props to anybody who gets that reference. Hey, you! Get off of my fob!
That's
Oh,
really
he
funny.
called me his fob.
Aw, he really does care. He really does love me.
And with my +2s all around the world and the extra from the bless, let's see what we get here.
16 for 10.
Not,
You swing. He swings his shield around with the symbol of Iomedae, covered in that blood with the symbol of Baphomet, and clang! Right off the shield. Your gods have no power here. There is only the demonic host.
okay, but I do have all of my bonuses on there, right? Yeah. Okay.
Plus not yet. Looks like Arodus. She's going to pivot around. Ready to action's going to go off. That is a 10 is a miss. This other one's going to take her attack. 16 is a hit. Fenris, you take 9 additional damage. Yikes.
Finbar, Ferris is in there.
Roderick.
How much? 9, you said?
Yep, seeing the situation is going to push past, running up, double moving, to get to try and help the kitty cat man.
Goodbye.
This man will take his attack of opportunity, will miss on our boy Roderick. Next up is Seer. Your go.
Seer will cast grease on this guy's weapon. And then he will 5-foot step back here.
He rolls a nat 20, unfortunately. Fenris.
Fear is.
Fear is.
Fear hiss. If I say that, I'll remember. Fear hiss.
Okay. There is no way that I can get into flanking with any of these fuck faces, but I guess I hurt this one, so I will double down.
I like it. Oh, you slash open her gut and she dies promptly. Promptly, Mr. Kitty Cat. Virus, get out of the flanking.
Yeah, can I just take a 5-foot? All right.
You have a
I'm
climb
gonna do
speed,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can climb up onto the top of that bookshelf. 5 foot climb.
Ah!
5 foot shimmy climb. Stiefling here is going to 5 foot to here, ready in action. Caleb is going to look at the paladin and is going to just grin the most evil, devilish grin you've ever seen. Your blood shall surely grant me favor. And he goes to swing with his weapon. 17 is a miss. And the weapon goes flying out of his hands and lands on the ground outside because of the grease. Looks down and says, "No matter. I'll rip out your throat with my bare hands." This dude is crazy. Finbar.
Would it be wrong if I charged?
I don't think so.
Then I'm gonna
Always a
charge.
good idea.
I'm gonna
Interesting roll
charge
on Miles.
forward and say, "Enemy of all things good, taste my warhammer," and then haul off and see if I can whack him here.
Give him the boots, baby bird. Give him the boots.
Oh damn! Even with the +2 for charge, I don't think a 12's gonna hit.
Storic the Undying. You still have the lightning bolt on him. Or the
Well, then he'll immediately
Pressure.
need to make a save or take 3d6 points of.
he takes 3d6 points of electricity damage. Ooh.
Isn't
Ugh.
grease? Isn't grease a what do they call it? Where it prevents electricity from going through a resistor?
Insulator.
Thank you.
Wait. That's not the end of my turn. That's just the passive effect that happens from me
No.
having cast a spell last turn.
No, you can't take multiple actions in a turn. That's cheating. Are you cheating, Brian? Do you think this
So
is
that's how I roll.
5e?
What? Whoa!
Whoa.
I haven't tried to do that in so long.
Whoa. Wait, don't I get my bonus
Um,
action? And then I can move over here and I can like do a backflip and...
I cast Fumble Step on Caleb, I guess,
Okay. Is that a
which
reflex?
is going to coat. There's no save. Fumble Step does not give him a save. Fumble Step coats the target's feet in slick ectoplasm that retains some psychic connection to your mind. While the spell remains in effect, the target creature takes -1 penalty on reflex saving throws and acrobatics checks. At any point during the spell's duration while the target remains in range, I can discharge the spell as a standard action, mentally tugging at the ectoplasm to perform a trip combat maneuver using my caster level instead of my base attack bonus, and using my intelligence instead of my strength modifier.
I love that.
That is sick.
I love that.
You're making shit up.
I sure am not. Listen, I was trying to find good spells for a combat heavy.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, for a combat heavy campaign. So yeah, he's got a -1 penalty to his reflex saving throws and acrobatics checks for now.
It's covered in magic snot
I love it.
and grease.
Just his feet are covered in.
Tiefling attempts to stab the cat for 22.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
No.
kitty cat man.
Meow.
Another 9 damage. Slashes at your ankies. I think that puts you at 0. You
That puts me
are
at 0.
staggered. Ouch.
oh.
Alright, this one here was readying an action, sees you staggered there. Will we have our first death of the campaign? Golly gee whiz. I hope not. I don't want to have to redo the intro. Let's see what happens.
That's for Bolton.
We do not! We do not have the first death of the campaign. Thank Nibbly Pibbly.
Yet.
This tiefling here is going to maneuver around, provoking from Roderick. Probably her first and last mistake. That's a hit. And he wallops her in the head as she tries to pivot around him. She did.
Yeah.
No forgiveness for the
Get-
wicked. And
Get
he
some Roderick.
is going to hit this one here with his actual attack. Ah, Roderick, no! That doesn't confirm. He swings and misses, unfortunately. Steer, you're up next.
All right, Seer will. He was gonna shoot his crossbow at
Like it?
what
I
his
like it.
name is. Okay. Okay. Where was his sword at? That
So
flew out of his
his
hands.
weapon landed. Let me actually put a little token on the map for you, so you can see where it is. Let me just wait for it. Here it goes. Here's my little thingy. It's right here.
Okay, and then Seer will move over and stand over it.
I like it. I like it.
And that.
As a war.
Fear Hiss. You are in a rough spot, kitty cat.
I guess I'm at 0. I don't make a check until I'm at negative, right?
Correct. You do anything other than a move action, you begin to die.
I'm gonna do a move action.
Say parkour.
Parkour. Ah.
Alright,
And
so
I
you're moving and
guess-
provoking?
Oh, wait, hold on. 5, 10, 15 here. Sorry.
Isn't he 10 feet up off the ground? He's on top of the bookshelf?
It's the bookshelf's only like 5 feet high. It's not that big of a bookshelf.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why he was able to climb up.
All right. Can I make a
Acrobatics check?
acrobatics
Absolutely.
check?
Absolutely, don't fuck it up. I really don't want to have to redo the intro.
Yeah.
Oh
Ah.
no.
Come on, man.
I've rolled that 2 a lot.
That too
Mhm.
is just, it's going for. All right, here we go. Here it comes. You're at -9 and dying. And you're right there. You're not dead yet, but you're not in a good spot. As you go to move, her blade comes up, cuts up your thigh, hitting the femoral artery, and you fall to the ground and begin to bleed out as you are on top of the bookshelf. The other one will not bother taking an attack as you've already fallen. This one here turns on Roderick, holding her action. Caleb shouts, screaming, 5-footing to here, screaming, I challenge you, warrior! And you feel this weird sense of like, maybe he's got a challenge ability. And he will, as part of his move action, draw a dagger and attempt to stab you with it. We'll see how that works out for him.
Let the
18?
storm have what it can take. Nope.
Missing. Playing Finbar.
Eat my shield.
There's no way to get around this guy without getting
what-
like several attacks of opportunity. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
he'd only get one unless he's got combat reflexes. He's fighting as a martial. He probably doesn't have combat reflexes. Hashtag no metagaming. Just, thinking tactically. This guy doesn't look very nimble. He's been rolling +0 on his reflex saves. Yes, Mikael.
I believe I got skipped that round. I scroll up and there was a token. The tiefling was acting, but the text showed my icon, and I should be going
Nope,
on
you're at the
action
end.
5.
You're at the end, and your last attack was the miss.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. I'm glad you brought it up. Nope, we haven't gotten back around to your turn yet. I'm glad you brought it up, though.
Okay.
Well, let's do something stupid and noble, right? I only have a 20 move, so I'm gonna have to double move.
Are you open to
And
professional
you won't make it
suggestion?
on top of that.
Yeah, I've got a couple ideas, but I'd like to hear what you're thinking.
No, I'd like to hear your ideas first, and then if I don't like them, I'll say something.
Well, I'm trying to think if the other tieflings have taken any damage, and I thought the ones that have been damaged are dead. So if I went up there and I did a channel positive, it wouldn't hurt anything.
The
except for the
tieflings
fact.
don't look injured.
Yep. So the only net negative would be the BBEG's damage from the electricity, but having the rogue not die, I think, kind of trumps that.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the range on a
30 feet, baby bird. That will prevent him from dying. What's your con score, Beerus?
14.
Yeah, I mean, he's real close to being dead.
Yep.
All right. Well,
And like I
Let's do
said,
this, then.
I really don't want to redo the intro. Please save me. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to.
all right. So I'm going to move to here. I'll take the attack of opportunity, and then I'll do a channel positive.
Miss. Ooh, 8 HP back. Not too shabby.
All right, anybody that's down, get your 8.
Varus, you are stable and no longer bleeding out. Historic the Undying.
Well, as a move action, I move my my orb of my aggressive thundercloud back onto him.
Beautiful.
And I only need to make a DC 19.
Fails.
Cool, perfect. In which case he'll take 13 points of
there
electricity
it is.
damage.
There it is.
Good God.
And then,
Sparky.
as a standard action, I'm going to tug on those little feetsies. This is actually going to be at a +2. I just can't figure out how to add the +2.
Okay.
So here's my alt CMB attack. So it's actually a 15 against this CMD.
You see him stumble for a moment, but it does not quite get there. He's got a CMD of 17.
Damn.
I know, so close. So close. So close. I like that spell, though. You gotta keep using that. That's pretty cool. Alright, anything else, Stork?
Nope, that's all. I have a move and a standard, and I use them both.
She is going to provoke from Finbar. Maneuver around behind Roderick.
Provoke, you say?
Yes! Kill the tiefling! Witch, kill her! Oh! Oh, if only that would have been a hit. Unfortunately, that's a 12. It misses, so I hate to see it. Gets around behind Roderick. That's a miss. The other one was readying. That is also a miss. Roderick says, I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me. Mikael, you are smiting this man. Smite him good.
He challenges me, and I give him a little dance with me.
Sorry, Mikhail. I tried to make him fall down.
Oh, you did wonderful. And shield swipe,
That
sword comes in to follow.
is such a
And
beautiful
eat it.
swing. You are going straight for the jugular, and shield comes up, clang. You feel like you just missed him. Just missed him. And he just grins. Truly a battle. Your death shall please Baphomet. And Roderick says, oh, this guy right here, she's gonna die. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, dear.
Probably do it. Oh yeah, just
Good
swings
gravy.
around, just clang right upside her head, dead. All right, turns back to the other one. You can still surrender and receive a honorable death. Seer, you're up next. You're standing over this beautiful, beautiful +1 heavy mace, made by your local Darewolf blacksmith.
Seer, with his move action, will reload his crossbow, and with his standard action, will inspire courage.
Love that journey for you. Make it happen. Iris, you are unconscious and sleepy. This tiefling is going to second guess herself and withdraw, hopping out that back door and begin to run. Roger calls after her. Coward! Caleb says, Die! Die, holy warrior! 26 is a hit.
Oh, that hits. Kiss me, beautiful.
That hits a lot. But he's got a dagger, right? He doesn't have his big dog.
Correct. That is still
Just a dagger.
11 damage as he just plunges it into your like shoulder.
Oh.
Just block as a shield comes down. You're readying your sword. Just a quick stab to the shoulder. Die. Finbar.
There goes date night.
Can I move through the captives?
Absolutely. They're just like, oh man, oh dear, oh my.
All right. So I'm going to move through the captives, and I'm going to do a cure moderate
Love it.
on Fierus.
Beautiful. That is. You didn't put the macro in, baby bird.
Sorry.
I
Was
gave
it-
you the macro and everything.
Yeah, I was working today. I put in 11 hours today.
2d8 plus
In 2 weeks.
plus
Three.
3. Golly gee willikers. It's a
D8
quick
plus-
control C, control V, baby bird. That's all it was. 11 HP. Could have already known what that number was if you just put in the macro. Okay.
Yay, I'm
I
at 10.
I feel like I'm talking to nobody here.
Oi, Gavalt, why do you say things like this in front of the people?
Charles, why you make me do this? Ah.
Dear Whoopo, why do you make me do this? All right, you're conscious again. Doric the Undying, you're
Yay,
still...
I'm a llama
Well,
again.
My previous electric boogaloo disappears, so I summon another one
Perfect.
and I throw it at him,
Woo!
giving me 3 more rounds of him.
This guy just spins wildly because I think that's funny. I'm just gonna spin him. I'm just spinning him. Look at him go. Look at him spin.
Whee!
Whoa! All right, so this ball of electricity is on top of him again. He's gonna make a quick reflex save. 9. Actually, it was less last time. I think I rolled a 9. It was actually -1. So,
Hey, 12 more points of electric damage.
He is just shocked that he's still alive, but he is still alive. He is still alive.
He's shocked.
Mikhail,
you.
you're up next. How dare I? How dare you, Bride Rider Servermod guy? How dare you?
This heresy will not stand.
Oh
No, you gotta hit him.
Oh.
No, Mikhail, you gotta hit him with that.
Oh, roll a confirm, big cat. Roll a confirm.
That's too bad.
In all lives, a little rain must
You are
fall.
exhausted. Fort negates. Roll me a fortitude save.
Oh boy. No, buddy, you gotta hit him with the sword. Even I know that, and I'm a wizard.
Defenses tab.
Yep.
I got you. Roll high.
Fortress save.
Beautiful.
There we
You
go.
are not exhausted, which would have really been a kick in the dick. However, that is unfortunately a miss. Roderick, seeing the situation, looks at Fierce, looks back and says, "You are talking patriot. I must aid brother Mikhail. Combat! Yeah!" And he charges forward. That's going to be a plus. So he's got a series rolling at a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with that, +2 on the charge, +11. That is a 18. He's charging and flanking, which is another +2 is 20. 20 is the AC. He actually hits. Thank fucking God.
Yes.
8 damage.
I'm happy to just keep him focused on me, and he can beat me up
Ka-chang.
while you all cook it.
Teamwork works. Seer, you're up next, big cat.
Alright, so with my move action, can I attempt to pick up his weapon?
Sure. It's greasy.
So what I... Yeah, right. What I want to do is shoot him with my crossbow and try to pick up his weapon. Is that possible?
Move action, pick it up. Standard action, shoot the crossbow. Absolutely. What I'd also recommend is do a swift action to dismiss your spell of grease. So the grease dissipates, makes it easier for you to pick it up. Does that make sense?
Alright, I will do that
Done.
and
Beautiful.
pick up the weapon.
Love it.
And then I will attempt to shoot him.
Seer, he's our halfling. If he can't do it, some taller person can.
May I ask a question?
You may.
Would 8 more damage make any difference?
It would not.
Because theoretically, I'm +2 to every time I roll damage on him.
It would not. However, I
Okay.
will add 8 damage to him currently, if you'd like.
It's my evocation intense
I'm
spell.
gonna add an extra 8 damage to him. He's looking real wounded. Still crazy. Beerus, you are a cat. You're a kitty cat.
And you're awake and alive.
We have to
I
stop
think-
eating like this.
How hurt is the guy down there?
Covered in blood on his last leg. It's pretty obvious.
I'm gonna start
Like
releasing.
electrical burns all over him. He's real messed up.
I'm gonna decide that discretion is the better part of valor, and I am going to start releasing the hostages.
You're a good man. This tiefling over on the side runs off, never to be heard from again, probably. This man
Yeah,
here
get fucked.
sees his opportunity, will also continue to attack the delightful paladin for a 25, which is another hit.
No.
This guy is on fire.
I got it. I got it.
He's on fire. That's another 11 damage. Just, just shanking you. Shanking you. Finbar.
With it, every swipe of a dagger has taken a solid third of my HP. I'm impressed. Respect.
Challenge is nothing to fuck with. That's all I'm saying, man. It's nothing to fuck with.
The chances of me hitting are low, but they're not 0.
Nice.
I hope. I mean, they might be 0.
I, for one, believe in you. I believe in the Torag that believes in you. That is a hit for 4 damage.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And as you swing at his backside, your hammer collapses in the armor, and you're pretty sure punctures a lung because he's going, die, die. And he looks like he is literally about to die. Like he is on his last leg. That was a solid blow. Stork the Undying.
Well, he gets to make
Good.
a DC 19 reflex save.
Roll some damage.
Oh, no.
In which case, he takes 16 points of electrical damage.
As the electrical damage electrocutes him, he is gasping for air, and he cries out with his final breath, Lord Baphomet, save me! And he collapses to the ground in a charred husk of his remains. That man's dead. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Well,
I don't think I've ever been the damage dealer in a fight before, I say to the paladin.
hot diggity damn. That was intense, boys. That was intense. Roderick is quick to move to Mikhail's side to check on him. You're wounded, brother.
That's what we're here for, isn't it? Oh, I'll make it through another day. I think I'll use my lay on hands and see if that makes me feel any better.
The NPCs quickly move into the building. The proprietors, George and Barbara. I think I said Brandon earlier, but it's George and Barbara. Brandon is the bard that's with them. And you actually would recognize this man, Seer. He was a scholar bard that you had done a little street performance with a couple of weeks ago prior, and he nods and looks happy to see you there. As everyone
I run in and I'm like, "Are the books okay?"
They're mostly fine. Some have been burned. Some have been burned.
No, the books.
Some have been burned. So the survivors here at the Blackwing Library, Blackwing Ruins, I should say, are incredibly grateful for the rescue. All the while, the former cultist, Braden, is very quiet, slinks to one of the corners, kind of behind the bookshelf, and simply watches as everyone, well, is showing in gratitude, expressing their thanks, seeing and tending to their wounds. And you all have a pretty good place, if you're able to at least prop up and slightly repair those doors, to rest and have a moment of respite for the evening. How would you guys like to proceed? Would you like to take a rest here, or go ahead, Stork?
I take the +1 warning star that we disarmed from that guy, and I give it to Braden, and I go, "This weapon needs redeeming too, friend."
You also find on that man a light steel shield and a potion of cure light wounds. 2 of them, actually. 2 of them. Braden takes the weapon, but looks very uneasy with it. Go ahead, Mikhail, please.
Having taken most of that guy's attention, can I have one of those potions, please?
Certainly.
Oh yeah, buddy. For once, I'm doing fine. And I just want to say, electricity certainly. I want you guys. I didn't want to use my fire spells because bookstore.
And I am incredibly grateful for that, young man.
I wouldn't say
truly
no
are
to
a
some
good
healing.
Yeah, you wouldn't say no to doing dumb shit in the back of the library either.
Listen,
What do you?
I start browsing the shelves.
He kept their attention. If they had charged us, we would have been in trouble.
I'll get to you in a moment there, Furious. Let me just make sure that the former captives were taken care of, and I'll make sure and see to your wounds.
You find the following spellbook. It has the following spells in it.
Wait for it.
Dismissal, spell magic,
Ooh.
magic circle against chaos, resist energy, and versatile weapon. You also
Nice.
find another spell book that if you don't eat those spells, that spell book is worth 700 gold. However, you can just choose to eat those spells and add them to your spell list.
I eat those spells, obviously.
Does that look like gibberish to anybody else?
It didn't copy.
Yeah, I
well.
didn't copy. It didn't copy and paste weird. Sometimes it copy and paste weird from the book. It's not just you. You're not having an aneurysm. I promise.
Magic circle against chaos.
In one of the corners of the library, you find some very odd-looking worms. Give me a knowledge nature on these worms.
Ooh, I don't know that I knowledge nature very well, but sure.
I got this.
Finbar, you don't even know that nature exists. You're pretty sure it's made up.
That's
If it's not in the
fake
good book,
Mikhail,
it doesn't
you
exist.
also don't know. Seer, those worms are not of the natural world. They're red, wriggly. They seem like they don't look natural. They look just unnatural. They're very strange, very weird. Gives you an uncomfortable feeling. These red, writhing, wriggling worms.
I think we should step on these.
Almost like they know you're there. They're watching and judging you.
They know my
I-
inner thoughts.
I hand one of the potions of cure moderate wounds to Furious to help with his wounds.
Hey, Fierce, real quick question for you. Taurus wants to know how many Darewolf points does he need to pet you?
Oh. Well, how many points is up to you? Because
I hear some purring.
yeah, Fierce does love a good pets.
First off, oh my. Second of all, all right.
All right, all right.
That's good. I like it. I like it. What a goofball. So
Ditch two geeks you're in the library with and come in with us, but that'll be all right. We'll do
Stuart?
that later.
You have a brilliant time finding some spells. The
Woot.
people here offer you lodgings. They're grateful for some of the supplies you brought in. And we have a moment where there are some decisions we need to make. Your party has grown rather large, and Anivia would actually bring this up. I don't mean to add burden to this otherwise resounding victory, two resounding victories today. However, our gathering here has grown to a, I believe, somewhat unmanageable size. If we are all to make our way through these demon and cultist infested streets, moving in such a large group will do nothing but attract more attention. Tactically speaking, I recommend that a small number of us make our way northward, find Horgus's manor, find my home, and Yomade willing, my wife. Once we do, we bring a large force back to recover the rest of us. Aaron Voshnol cannot see. Horgus, no offense, but you're a coward. Maybe a little offense. Reverend, you stupid bitch. And I myself am struggling with every step. Storic, I'm going to say it wrong. I'm Fearhis.
All right,
Mikhail,
Wolf.
Roderick.
It's fear is.
Nah, it's not real. You made it up. I'm terrible with names. Roderick, Sia, Finbar. I think all of you should go ahead. We'll hold things down here. You find a safe passage for us, perhaps find some additional allies and come back for us. We will only slow you down at this point and be a liability if we are at some point surrounded. If you insist we come with you, I will, but this is my suggestion.
Tactically,
Can
it's
we
sound.
Yeah, we can fortify this place, keep you safe.
As much
What
as I
happens
would
when
like to... So go ahead, Sir.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what happens when I step on these worms?
They squeal and squish and smell like sulfur. It's gross.
Why would we not just get these guys to why would we not just have these ones rendezvous with uh, the other survivors at Defender's Hut?
They're all unarmed civilians. They could stumble into another scene like we just came from and be surrounded
How
by cultists.
far is Defender's Hut from here?
It doesn't matter if it's 2 leagues or 20 feet. If you're beset upon by one of those flying things, I feel that a smaller, more agile party is going to be the way to go.
My suggestion is not to leave us here indefinitely. It is simply for you all to venture out, find safe passage, and then for us to join you afterwards.
Yeah, once we meet up with Eris's wife, maybe we can get a force to come back here and bring everybody in and feel more safe. But right now, the ratio of people that can fight versus people that can't or shouldn't is too high.
Well, I will admit that I'm not particularly well versed in tactics.
But I'm willing to open it up to the rest of the party. I'm only one dwarf.
If I may speak up, Brother Finbar, I think I should stay behind with them here. Offer defense, lest they be beset upon. Nevia, you are good with that bow, and are on the path of redemption. He looks very pointedly at Braden. I don't wish to leave them alone with him. I will stay here. 5 of you can venture out, find safe passage. Once you do, return to us, and then we can all venture together through that safe passage.
I absolutely agree.
Agreed.
I give my bard friend the secret bard handshake and head off.
It's very good. It's good. It's nice. It's a little tongue waggle. I like that. Beautiful, beautiful. So, you all have a full night's of rest. Cover HP as necessary. Cover your spells as well. And as dawn breaks, I believe that is a good moment for us to end today's session. You guys will continue to venture out into the city, discovering what there is to be discovered, finding what there is to be found, and hopefully beginning the reclaiming of Kenabres. As I always say at the end of every session, though, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up the stream, part 2, and do our little after-session powwow?
Good
I
game,
it's all
guys.
good.
All right, boys. As I say as
Definitely
well,
great.
thank you so much to the players for playing. Without you guys, this is impossible. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. We do appreciate it if you're catching this live or catching this on YouTube. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the enemies that you want to send good quality content to because you're tired of being their enemy. Until next time, remember the dice have a story to tell, and happy gaming.